If you're struggling with social anxiety and CPTSD, amongst other things, I have some tips that may help you in social settings that have really helped me out. So first thing is honestly, bring a fidget toy. This is one that I got for super cheap. It was like $1.50 at a toy store. You can also get them on Amazon or various online websites. They're honestly awesome for just keeping you grounded, distracted. If you're feeling, just overwhelmed, just like playing with something within your hand like this, I find really, really helps. And you just have to not care if anyone sees. Having a fidget toy like this really helps me in scenarios when I am feeling extreme anxiety, because I have the tendency to pick at my skin or dig my fingernails into my hands or arms, just because it helps me feel more at ease and more present in the moment. So that takes away from more of that negative behavior and enforces a more positive one. So if you struggle like that, I highly recommend getting like a little fidget toy that feels good for you. Have an exit strategy. This may sound obvious, but honestly, really pre-planning your social event and knowing the time limitations of how long you'll go for and exactly how you're going to get home. And, if you need to leave quicker, how exactly would you get that done? Before I agree to any social event or going out anywhere, I always make sure that this is heavily planned in that sense. So there's never any additional anxiety if things were to get to an elevated level, then I can easily leave and get to a place that I feel safe. And I suggest that you do the same. Bring sunglasses, a book with you, as well as a journal. These are just different outlets. Obviously, depending on the time of day and the lighting situation, this can change. But usually in my carry-on bag, I always keep these items with me just because it helps me deal with sensory issues. If I need to get out of the present moment, I can read the book, or there's a journal you can even doodle. I find that these things are, again, great outlets if you feel like you need to escape the present moment. And lastly, breathe and remind yourself that you are just as valid to be out and around people just like anyone else is, and your presence is also valued. It can feel scary and unsafe at first, but the more you do it, the less scary it can feel. And I still do get scared, don't get me wrong. But slowly you will realize that you can create safe spaces, even in the outside world, in places that maybe you thought were unsafe before. It's giving yourself the time and grace to be okay with that and creating this safe space. Although it's not something I believe I will ever totally get over, there are ways to get through it and ways to cope so you can live a full life and not be led by fear or your CPTSD or anxiety or any other issues. And you lead with you first and not what you deal with.